Rules of financial freedom. Why is it that people spend all of their lives trying to find financial freedom? Unfortunately, when they think they finally made it, they get a surprise visit from death. Does it have to be this hard to realize the dream? I mean, some people have already achieved financial freedom in their early 20s. What makes them different from the rest? When you study these financially independent people, you'll be surprised to find that there are only a few things that these people do differently. We'll call them the rules of financial freedom. In this video, we are going to look at the 7 rules of financial freedom. It can't get simpler than this. This is Wealthy Fact, where you come to watch, execute, and get wealthy. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. Rules of financial freedom. Number 1, manage your budget. If you want to become financially independent, you need to learn to manage your budget. The fact is that most people don't even have a budget, let alone manage one. Since this channel is all about practical tips that help you get on the path to success, we are going to give you the stepwise guide to help you make a budget right now, so that you can calculate what you need to earn and what you can save. First, make a list of all the monthly fees or installments that you have to pay. Include mortgage, rent, loan installments, gym fees, estimated grocery expenses, etc. Only add the necessary expenses that are crucial for your survival. Add them all up and look at the number, with half-closed eyes. That is the base amount that you have to make no matter what. If you make an extra amount than the total expenditure, great! Now you have to just make sure that you don't spend it all. You should start saving the extra amount. Your friends might be partying off their money, but our goal is to become financially independent, remember? If, however, you don't earn as much as your expenses, then the first thing that you need to do is to first simply increase your earnings to meet those expenses. Easier said than done, we know, but it just cannot be stressed enough. You just need to make it happen no matter what. Number 2, earn more. The next rule of financial freedom is to earn more than your expenses. The importance of this rule cannot be emphasized enough. If you can't even meet your day-to-day expenses, it is very less likely that you'll progress towards becoming financially independent. Instead, you'll be stuck in a 9-to-5 job just to spend it all in the course of a month. Also, as you can't save anything for an emergency, you will be vulnerable in the face of a market crash or economic depression. First, analyze whether your current job is enough to meet your expenses. If not, then look for a better job where you can make enough for your expenses. It might be that a better job would require you to upgrade your skills. Try to earn more than your expenses. This will allow you to start saving. You might have to do 2 jobs in the beginning, but you should not be afraid of it, as many successful work their butt off at the start of their careers to become financially independent. Number 3, spend less. We have talked about how you should be earning more than your expenses. But if you're earning more than your essential expenses, you should also be careful about not spending more than your expenses. Sounds complicated. Let me explain. It is often seen that even if some people are promoted or they get a raise, they continue to struggle financially. This is because when the money starts to flow, they increase their needs in proportion. They expand their lifestyles instead of putting that extra money to better use. They increase their extra spendings and start to enjoy their lives earlier than they should. This keeps many people from ever becoming financially independent. You may have seen billionaires with frugal habits. Those habits may seem odd from the outside, but in reality, those are the same habits that led them to become crazy rich in the first place. So next time you see Mark Zuckerberg in his uniform of a t-shirt and jeans, you should appreciate the fact that even billionaires don't spend more than what they have to. There will be an urge to realize those dreams and desires. However, you should look at the bigger picture and keep those desires in check until you become financially free for sure. The difference between the financially independent and the others is that the financially independent people don't spend money on unnecessary things. This brings us to another rule of financial freedom. Number 4, control your instinctive behavior. It is not easy to forgo the desire for instant gratification, especially in today's world where everything you want gets delivered to your doorstep. We all know how difficult it is to control our instinctive behavior. That's why there aren't many people who get to enjoy a life that is free from financial troubles. A perfect example of our instincts taking over our rational selves is when we go to a supermarket. Before we even come across the thing that we went there to buy in the first place, we are shown a lot of fancy things that we don't need. Yet chances are that most of us will end up buying many of these things. Similarly, there are fancy ads everywhere that make you think that if you don't buy their product, you'll either end up with some serious ailment or worse, you could die. In times like these, your resolve for becoming financially independent is tested. You need to keep firm and always look towards the future. Once the money is in the pocket, it's difficult to resist the urge to spend it. Hence, to save yourself the trouble, you should always have a definite list of things that you need to buy before going to the market. You can also try to limit the amount of money that you carry with you. Getting rid of credit cards can also help to keep that instinctive behavior in check, especially if you have little self-control. Number 5, get rid of debt. When you made that budget list in the first rule, which we hope you really did, you must have noticed that a good portion of your earnings every month go towards debt payment. What if you could save all of that money? Sounds awesome, right? Most people only pay the minimum amount in installment, and so they pay more interest over time. If you can pay off that debt faster, you'll be saving a lot of money. To become financially free is to be free from the shackles of debt. So whenever you get a hold of some extra money from a bonus or some other way, instead of going on vacations, you should try to get rid of your shackles, your debt first. There are 2 popular ways to start paying the debt off. First, make a list of all the debt that you need to pay down. Then, either start paying the debt from the one that you pay the highest monthly installment for, or start paying off from the least amount of debt first. Starting from the least amounts will allow you to build good momentum and confidence to pay off bigger debts. Once you are on the journey to making yourself debt-free, you should also make sure that you are not accumulating more debt during the process through credit cards and instinctive buying on installments. When you finally rid yourself of debt, you'll start to feel the breeze of financial independence. However, this is just the beginning. Number 6, build multiple streams of income. If you follow the last 5 rules of financial freedom, you should well be on to saving money. This 6th rule is all about putting that saved money to work. It's time to invest that money. However, don't be hasty. There are many options out there to consider for investment. Mostly it depends on the amount of capital that you can invest, market trends, and your personal preferences. Real estate, stocks, and mutual funds are some of the options. It's important to have a thorough knowledge of the subject before you start investing. But if you don't have that kind of knowledge, then it's best to take advice from a financial consultant. That being said, you shouldn't be afraid of losing some money in the process, as it would be a learning experience and will help you expand your knowledge on the subject. Don't get caught up in analysis paralysis, as you need to take action and invest to grow your money exponentially. Also, don't put all the eggs in one basket. Don't invest all of your savings in a single option. Try different things out and see what works best for you. Another popular option for investing is retirement funds. Most importantly, think long-term. When you invest a certain amount, don't even think about withdrawing it in less than 10 years. Only invest with money you don't need for everyday survival. We cannot emphasize this enough. Always invest long-term. Think long-term, act long-term. Number 7, retirement plan. No one wants to retire with nothing on his name. If you are someone who lives on a monthly paycheck, a retirement plan can ensure that you can take care of yourself when you retire. Or in other words, you're financially free when you retire. Contributing to a retirement plan will ensure just that. Most companies offer retirement plans to employees, including a 401k, Roth 401k, an IRA, a Roth IRA, 403b, and others. With this many plans, it can become confusing. Most companies in the US offer a 401k. However, before going for it, you should do your research. Before I present to you some basic differences between a few retirement plans, I want to make it clear that I am not a financial expert, and so before jumping right into it, you should consult a financial expert or do your research. But just for the sake of knowledge, I want to clear some things up. First, the minimum age to become eligible for withdrawal from these retirement accounts is 59.5 years, and for a 401k plan, if you withdraw before that, you'd be penalized 10% of your contributions. However, an IRA doesn't penalize your contributions if you withdraw before the time. Also, the main difference between a Roth and a traditional plan is that the contributors for a Roth are taxed before contributing, Hence, you don't have to worry about taxes when you withdraw, but a traditional account is taxed when you withdraw, at the age of 59.5. The maximum amounts that you can contribute also vary. Rules and laws may change frequently, so you should look up these plans as well as others in detail and make a rational decision by considering all the available options, because it's your retirement we're talking about. That concludes the video. We hope that this video will help you to start your journey to becoming financially free. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. Which of these rules of financial freedom are you most likely to follow? Tell us in the comments. Patronize our sponsors and follow up on all social media platforms. See you in the next video.